Isabel Hilton is the editor of China Dialogue, and she joins me now live from London. Isabel, these live fire drills that Beijing is conducting around Taiwan are clearly meant to send a message. But do you think China really will respond militarily to take back Taiwan if it comes down to it? Is that the inevitable end result?
Well, I don't think in the short term that's the inevitable result at all. I think these live fire exercises have a number of purposes. One is to intimidate Taiwan, of course, to display Chinese military power, to say to the Taiwanese people, look, we can do this any time. And secondly, to organize a display for internal consumption. So, given that taking Taiwan in a highly nationalistic nation as China now is a national objective, they have to respond and demonstrate to their own people that they are not going to put up with something like Pelosi's visit without a response. It hasn't gone down all that well on Chinese social media, to be honest, because they had wound up expectations rather more than we're seeing displayed, impressive though the firepower is. But I don't think that any of this means that China is looking for a war now. China has all manner of domestic vulnerabilities, and actually to launch a war now would be pretty crazy.
It certainly sounds like it would be, but if it were to come to a military intervention, maybe not in the short term, but in the long term, what kind of response do you think we would see? How much international support would Taiwan have? And is the island prepared to fend off a Chinese attack, or at least to defend itself?
Well, the island is increasingly prepared, and the more China does this, the more prepared Taiwan will feel obliged to be, and the more obliged the United States will feel to help Taiwan, defend itself properly. The ambiguity, as we all know, remains what would the United States do directly. But if it comes to war and the United States were to respond, this would, make no mistake, become very quickly a general war in Asia. Because if you were the Chinese PLA, for example, and you wanted to neutralize American forces, you would look to where America has bases in Asia. That's Japan. You would probably attack South Korea. This isn't just between the United States and China when it comes to Taiwan. This is a threat to the entire region.
How do you see Nancy Pelosi's visit to Taiwan? What do you think the purpose was for her making this visit now?
Look, I think it was unfortunately timed, to say the least, because it's a big political moment for both nations. Xi Jinping is trying to get his ducks in a row for the Communist Party Congress in October, when he is going for a third term, and Joe Biden is facing the midterms also this autumn. And actually, those are midterms in which Nancy Pelosi risks losing her position as Speaker of the House, because the House may go to the Republicans. She was meant to go much earlier, but then she had COVID. And I can't escape a suspicion that she wanted to do it now while she was still Speaker, because, if she didn't do it now, she wouldn't have the position. But I think it was very unfortunate timing. And, I sympathize with her desire to support Taiwan, but I think there are more intelligent ways to do it, to be honest.
All right, we'll leave it there for now. Isabel Hilton joining us from London. Thank you.
Thank you.